hey, she's struggling with dating apps, but she's sure it's not her, okay? It's the algorithms. Give it up for Anna Dimond!
Thanks, Kayla. Yeah, it's totally not me. Obviously, let me look at this. But Kayla's right, I am on the apps. I'm dating. And I love them. I love these apps because a lot of them have this tagline that they're meant to be deleted. They are that certain that I'm gonna find someone. Except for Hinge. Hinge is not that confident. And I know this because a few weeks ago I got a promo offer for a lifetime membership. Ginny, we can talk about it later. And I'm dating because I enjoy men, right? I mean, theoretically. We'll see what happens. What I'm not enjoying is that there are so many male comics who are always talking about their dicks.
Yeah.
Every night, on every stage, across this city, there is another male comic talking about how he jerks himself off. It's like every man has this writing exercise where they're thinking about jokes, thinking, and then they're like, oh, I have an idea. Like, we know what it looks like, okay? We know what happens. I mean, unless anything's changed since the last time I saw it, which admittedly was during the Clinton administration. And we know how that ended. But, in fairness to the guys, there is the old saw, write what you know. So I have to hand it to them, so to speak. But when I'm not busy, not dating, I'm a bit of a news junkie, and I've been thinking a lot about what's happening in the Middle East. And not just because the price of hummus is through the roof. But I do think there's one group that can really move the needle on the peace process. I think they're the linchpin, if you will, on the efforts at diplomacy. And obviously, it's the college protesters. I mean, a lot of them were protesting at the college that I went to, Columbia. Again, shout out Ginny, we'll talk about it later. And at Columbia, they rebranded skipping class as Free Palestine. The truth is, I just envy the moral clarity of a 19-year-old who's majoring in East Asian politics with a minor in feminist basket weaving. And I'm a little upset because going to Columbia used to be my humble brag, until those protesters made me feel like shit. Like, what am I doing to help? So I thought about it. Very hard. Over a half-calf oat milk latte. And I realized, you know what? I totally have a moral compass. And I know because it was pre-installed in my Subaru. Although I had a bitch of a time getting here. I've even given money to families in need in Gaza. I mean, just like $30. But you'd be surprised how far the dollar goes in a war zone. I guess what I'm saying is, these protesters, instead of spending their summers interning at Goldman or Deloitte, could be there on the ground volunteering, helping feed hungry people. I mean, just because Postmates doesn't service Rafa. They try, but it's very difficult to find addresses now. Look, there is no gray area about the bombings. None. Except for all the rubble that's now left. Okay? It just kind of feels like these protesters, a lot of them seem to find their cause, okay? Like this was their first time at the protest rodeo. Unless you count that big boycott of Erewhon when they raised prices on smoothies. That was a doozy. The truth is, I can tell you how harsh it is out there in the desert of Israel. I was once camping on the border with Gaza, and let me say it was fucking freezing. Okay, just to stay warm, I had to burn every single one of my New Yorker magazines. And I know hunger. I slept so badly that night, I almost slept through breakfast. I mean, can you imagine trying to go on a scenic camel ride with one croissant in your stomach? Neither. These kids, I mean, when you look at the photos of their protests, it's almost like REI was having a garage sale with deeper discounts for moral outrage. And I know this is tough stuff, and truthfully, I'm only joking because I care deeply. I'm very sad. But one thing that does give me some hope is I think of little Abdullah finally finding some food in Khan Yunis, saying, "Praise Allah." And then his mother says, "No, my love. Praise Katie Newmeyer, class of 26. Thank you, I'm Anna Dimond.
Hey, Dimond bringing up the hard stuff. War in Gaza, golly. What are we doing? What are each and every one